Today we're going to do a book review on The Land of Stories, Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. And in this book,
it's about it's about these twins, Connor and Alex Bailey. They recently had a loss. Their father died, and they have to go through all the mourning of that. They actually have to move into a smaller house. They have to change their life basically because it's a big difference. You know, when one of your parents die, there's definitely going to be an adjustment period. So they're in the middle of this adjustment period, and they actually get this book from their grandma, The Land of Stories. It's a book that she used to read to them when they were younger. They really loved it then, and they still cherish it now. So basically one night, Alex was in her room reading the book, and she decides to put it away. She's ready for bed. She puts it on her nightstand, and she actually hears a humming noise coming from it, and she is like shocked. She's not quite sure why the book is making noise. So she gets it, and it actually starts to glow. She puts the book on the floor, and
she drops a pencil into it, or she puts a pencil on top of it, and it falls into the book, so she's wondering where it goes. So she like sticks her hand in it, and it goes in. So she goes farther and farther, and she ends up being to her elbows. And then her brother walks in and scares her, and she falls into the book.
Yeah,
and then
losing her balance.
Losing her balance, and falls into the book. And then her brother goes in after her, and they go into the fairy tale worlds.
Yeah, so they land in the fairy tale world called the Land of Stories. They're like it's like a totally different world, obviously. So they're like shocked, and they're not quite sure exactly what to do. They actually meet who ends up being like pretty much their best friend in the story. It's called Froggy. It's this frog that speaks to them, and so he actually tells them to meet what was it, the traveling tradesman, right? Mm-hmm. The traveling tradesman. He gives them a little journal, and it has this spell called the wishing spell.
Where you can grant any wish of yours if you collect 8 items from different people in the book or along the way. So you have to get all of those things to create the spell.
Yeah, so basically the items that you have to collect pretty much are like different items from the fairy tale world. Like for instance, one would be like the glass slipper from Cinderella, or the spindle from Sleeping Beauty. Like just from each little kingdom, they have to collect one item. So they're going through this, going through the journal, and they're figuring out what they need to do, and they embark on this journey throughout the whole fairy tale land, and during that time, they meet their favorite characters that they didn't know really existed, that they only read about. Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, the princes, Rapunzel. So basically they meet all their fairy tale characters, their favorite ones. And it's a really good story because it makes you believe in fairy tales, which is always a good thing. You know, there's always nice to know that, or to believe that there's something else out there. So we enjoyed reading this book. In the end, actually, they find out that they have a connection to the fairy tale world, one that they would never have expected. It kind of rocks their world, you know what I mean? It changes everything for them completely. It's a good surprise, though. So I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it a lot. And this is just the first book of the series. There's, I think, 4 more.
Yeah, they keep coming out with more. But we're definitely going to read them, and we're definitely going to share our thoughts with you guys. So hopefully you guys go ahead and read them as well. Again, it's called The Land of Stories, Wishing Spell, and it's written by Chris Colfer. So yeah, until next time.
Enjoy the adventure.